Good evening, everyone. This is Terry from Allen Art and Design. I hope everybody had a nice weekend. Just wanted to, I'm going to be starting the 100-day project. So I looked up what the 100-day project was because I had no clue. So I guess there was a professor named Michael Barut, who was a Yale University professor of graphic design, and he challenged his students to pick a design operation and to repeat that same operation for 100 days. Well, other people, have taken this on, and the two women that have been hosting this for years, I guess, are Al Luna and Lindsay Thompson. And this project is worldwide, and it's for creatives and artists. And it's just it's a way to get in touch with your creativity. Some people do 100 days in a row. Other people will do 100 days throughout the year. And that's what I will do. There's no way that I can do 100 days in a row. It's just not going to happen. And I don't want to put that kind of pressure on myself. So I will do 100 days, but it's going to be, as I can do it. And I'll number it. Starting with 1, and whenever I can do that project, I will continue to number it till I get to 100. So that's what I'm going to do. Everybody does things differently, and that's just what's going to work for me. So before I start making craft projects, what I want to do is make myself an idea book. I've been watching Gail Augustinelli for years. She was the first journal maker and creator, content creator that I ever watched on YouTube. It was during lockdown, and I was home from work, and I only had to work, I think about 6 hours a week while I was home. So we sat around with all this time on our hands, so I started watching YouTube, and I came across Gail's channel, and I've spoken to her about this before. And she just inspired me so much, and she got me so interested in it, the process. And I just started, I've been watching these videos for a couple of years now. I've always wanted to have my own channel. I was afraid to do it. But finally I just said, you know what? I'm semi-retired. I have more time on my hands. I'm going to just do this. I'm going to create my own channel. I'm going to start making projects that I love to do, and I hope other people love to watch. So I need an idea book for all the things that I'm going to be making for this 100-day project. All right, so I have some classical music in the background going. It relaxes me. I think it's a little loud, so I'm just going to go turn it down a teeny bit. Okay, that's better. When it starts interfering with my hearing myself, then it's time to turn it down. So this is a Dollar Tree gift bag. I showed you the other day, if you watch my channel at all, that I made, let me move this out of the way. I'm making a prayer journal for my friend. I made it out of a Dollar Tree gift bag. I whipped it together the other day. I lined it. It's got pockets. It's got 2 signatures in it. I'm getting ready to put the lace on the cover, on the spine, and I've already made my cover. Here it is. I've got my cover, so I'm just going to finish the cover, and then I can start working in this book, and I may use this as an opportunity to do some crafting for this prayer journal as some of my 100-day projects. So I had enough left over. This is the leftover bag. So I said, well, that was easy. Why don't I go ahead and make another one? And then when I started talking to someone about doing the 100-day project, I'm like, well, I need an idea journal. So why don't I just go ahead? I think I like the way this is folded down like that. And this one, I think I'm going to do the same thing. I don't know why, but I feel like when I glue it, it might be easier. But let's see. I can either do it like, yeah. I don't know, how else would I have done it? Oh, like this. I think it's fine. Whatever. Once I glue it down and cover it, you're not even going to see it. So I just went ahead and folded it to the size that I like. Let me get a ruler, and I will tell you how big this is. It is 6.5 by like 9, which is a great size for a journal. Let me see if I have a folded piece of paper. I can show you why. Because if you put in if you fold an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper in half, it fits into a journal beautifully. And if you want to have anything sticking out, there's a little extra room on the sides. It's perfect. And I can always make some of my pages come out to, you know, a little further too, because I make my pages all different sizes. I've already pulled all my papers. These are for the prayer journal. I'll put those over there. I've already pulled my papers to make the signatures for this, but I don't know how far we're going to get with this today. So I've got my lemon with Pepsi. I'm a little hyper. I don't know if you can tell or not. Excuse me, but I think maybe I'm a little excited. I don't know. All I know is I love this gift bag. And it even has a little bit of sparkle. I don't know if you can see that or not. And so I'm getting ready to do the cover, but I mean to put the cover together, glue it. But look what I already started. This is going to be my topper. I just love it. This is a Dollar Tree wall decal that I always glue it onto a thin piece of cardboard, which I've already done that. And before I put it on, I will ink around it. This is just some lace that I have. And I think I'm going to ink around that too, just to kind of scruff it up a little. This was the paper that I had showed you. I have a grandmother in my program. I do a preschool, school vacation program and summer program, and she loves to give me craft items, and I love to take them. She gave me a bunch of these really cool papers. It's thick, and it feels like leather. It's so cool and crinkly. I just love it, so I want to use it, and that's what I'm going to use for the base. I'll scruff that up a little bit, and then I'll put this on there, and look at how nice that goes together. And this is going to be my idea journal. So as I'm making things, I'm going to be looking up, you know, pockets and, you know, flip-flop things and things that other people have made, and I'm going to try to, you know, create my own version of that, and then as I make things, I'm going to keep a separate one as an example for my idea book, and I'll fill the book up with that as I'm going through the 100-day project. So I'm hoping by the time I'm done with the project, my book is full of ideas. So I think what I'll do is just go ahead. We're going to start. I'm wondering if I should. I don't like to cut any of the paper off because all of the paper that we glue down strengthens. It strengthens the cover. So I don't want to waste any of it. Now I have to trim something off like that. That's fine. That's what I'll do. So let's just go ahead and open the whole thing up. I'll start with the top, do the sides, and then the bottom. We'll just kind of work our way around. I did show how to do this before in other videos, so you can go back and look. I have a playlist called, you know, journals made from gift bags or bags. You can just go and watch those if you're interested in how I did it. And obviously you can watch me do it now. But I didn't film me doing that prayer journal the other day. I wanted to make it, and I didn't feel like filming that at that point, so I just whipped it together. The thing is I had to wait for it to dry in between and all of that, and so I didn't want to have to, you know, bring you through that whole process. I just felt like making it on my own, and that's what I did. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, and we're going to just glue this down. I'm using art glitter glue, which is a fantastic glue for crafting. It dries very quickly, and once it dries, it's very strong. So, and I'm probably going to end up using a lot of glue for this because I usually don't scrimp on glue when I'm making one of these journals. I think what I'll do is I can see right now that there's some sticking over. I'll just trim it off. Doesn't matter. Okay, and now we'll do the sides. Well, maybe I'll do the bottom now. I'm going to move this up so you can see. Might be easier to do top, bottom, and then the sides. I'm trying to see how this is going to go. Okay. Lots of glue. And I noticed that Leslie at 507 Willow House Journals, I watched her video today, that she was also doing the same kind of thing. She was making a tag book for herself for the 100-Day Project, so that when she makes her tags, she'll put them in her book. And when she's done, she'll have a whole, book full of tags and ideas, which is great. It gives you a place to start from, which is great, because sometimes it's hard to come up with ideas, but if you already have a reason to make these things, like for instance filling a book, then that gives you a starting point and a jumping off point. Let's see, did I put enough over here? I feel like I need more, so we're just gonna, I hope you can see what I'm doing. Just put a little bit more glue. I'm going to be using a lot of glue. But once this dries, it does not come up. It's great. Okay, so then what we have to do is, I have to think about this. I have to glue this part down first because this folds up. And why waste any of this? Because it's just gonna reinforce the cover, all of the pieces. I even have some extra pieces like this. Extra scraps that I will probably glue in there. Why not? I'm not going to use them for anything else, I don't think, unless I want to use them for little tucks. But this one's all wrinkled. The other two I'm going to save because they're not wrinkled. This one's kind of messed up, so I'll just like glue it in there like that, or right in the middle, and then that will just give me some more strength. So let's just keep going here. So I want to do here. Right here, I'll just put lots of glue. Try to get the edges if you can, in those corners. This is just gonna fold like this. You can hold it for a minute. I'm not gonna bother with the whole burnishing thing, not for this. This is just the book, and it's my book. If this was something I was making for someone else, then I would be more meticulous, but it's for me, and I'm okay. If anything comes up, I will glue it. It's not a big deal. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll do this side. And there's also another strip here. I'll just keep that in there. Why not? Just helps to reinforce the bag. I love making these journal covers out of these Dollar Tree gift bags. I mean, I'm sure lots of people do that, but I know it's just something I like to do. I enjoy it. Because they have such a variety. They're all so beautiful. And then they have wall decals. I don't know if anyone's noticed that before. But if you buy gift bags and then you go over to, let me grab a wipe. If you go over to the wall decals, sometimes they match the gift bags, which is exactly what happened here. Look, this goes beautifully with this gift bag. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better match. I mean, I don't know if they do this on purpose, but that's how it worked out for me, and I was thrilled. All right, let me see if I can open this. These baby wipe containers drive me crazy. I had to put a big piece of packing tape on the top because the little thing right here, this little tiny thing that's supposed to keep it, keep it fresh or whatever, keep them wet, it just pops up all the time, and then they get dried out. So just a little tip, piece of packing tape works beautifully, and you can just re-stick it down. All right, so that looks good. I do need to wipe up some of the glue, and yes, my mat is still upside down. I haven't turned it over yet. I need a little glue on that. The thing keeps popping up. Okay, so we did this. Now we have to do these. We'll just get some glue in there. Get those edges. Get underneath, too. can see. All right. This glue is amazing. And when I bought this, it was separated because even on the website where you buy, if you buy Art Glue from the company itself, it says on their website that they will not be held responsible for any glue that separates during fluctuating temperatures. Because I was like, I'm going to complain to this company. My glue is separated. Well, guess what? When you buy it, I guess you unwittingly, you agree to not hold them responsible. I had no idea. So I'm stuck with it. So what I have to do is just kind of shake it up, and it's fine. It's totally fine. I mean, if it didn't, like, get back together so I could use it, I'd be really upset, but I'm able to use it. And I'll just probably use this one up first because I have other ones that I can use to refill my bottles, and those aren't separated, so. But I'll use this because I paid good money for it. I'm not going to waste it. All right, so this now looks good. I feel like it needs a little more right here. Sometimes you need to strengthen a certain spot on the cover. And that looks like I need to do that there. And then if you hold it down for a second, it's fine. These come together very quickly. So, geez, I almost feel like I could use these as pockets. I'm getting glue on here, so I think what I might do, what am I going to use to cover the inside? It really doesn't matter because, like I said, this is for me. I need a piece of paper that's big enough. Let me see what I got here. What I need, I know. I don't even need it to go all the way down because I decided I'm going to use these as pockets inside. Why not? They're already built-in pockets, ready to go. Ooh, my little corner is a little messed up. Okay, so I got to cover this. What I'm going to do is, do I have enough? I have to figure out whether I have enough. Let me get a little cutter. I'm going to cut this in half. Let's see. We'll fold it, and that way we know it's in half, right? This is not straight. I don't know where I got this piece of paper from. I think it's a end paper from a book. That's what it is. But let me see. Is it going to cover the spot that I need? Oh, yeah, that's fine. So we're going to cut this in half. I really like using my other one, the one that lights up. That one, I love it. It's old and it's falling apart, but I need to replace it, actually. I love it because it lights up and you can see the line, because I'm always missing the line. So let's see. I'll put that off to the side. This doesn't have to be perfect, but if I can use it to cover. I almost don't even care if you see that part. You know, who cares? I could bring it all the way over there. So what if you can see it? It's fine. Where's the straight edge? The straight edge is here. That way I don't have to cut it again. And just bring it in a bit. And then what I'll do is I'll put something down the middle. So let's, excuse me. I'm going to put something here to hold this down. I'm just going to go ahead and glue. So what I will do with this is get my glue stick out. So I hope everyone had a great weekend. My husband and I just kind of chilled out. We had some little projects to work on. I went ahead and I bought one of those tall towers with, they're plastic and they have drawers in them. Well, what I had my husband do was cut a piece of wood that goes underneath the bottom, and we put 4 wheels on it. If you just put those cheap little wheels that come with these plastic drawer towers, they're gonna break. So we went ahead and put a piece of plywood and some, let me stand up so I can see this, and some heavy duty wheels on it. And that tower, I've decided that I'm going to dedicate it just to paper. Because I've got paper all over my room. I've got a, I'm spinning around in circles trying to find paper. It's ridiculous. What I did was I put a bunch of file organizers on the back of the door. And I have all different papers. And I put them in those file things on the back of the door. And then I have smaller ones for envelopes and stuff. I'll show you one day when I do a tour of the room. And that's where I keep a lot of my papers for journals. And I just went over there today and just a little while ago before I started my video and pulled all the papers for my signatures. So that's one way I organize paper. But now with this tower, I'm going to be able to store all those tea-dyed and coffee-dyed papers I did last time. I can do colored papers. I can do book pages for signatures. I can do envelopes. I can just fill it with paper. But it's in the between two things, and I'd like to be able to roll it out when I need to get at my paper. Or if I need to get at that cabinet in the corner, I can just roll this thing out, get what I need out of my cabinet, shut it, and then roll it back. And then on the other side, I have an art cart that is on wheels, and I can tuck that in between these cabinets. And when I want to get at them, I can just roll it out, get at what I need, and roll it back. And then I can also roll it around the room wherever I want to work. It's a good system. And then I have two other cabinets with those big ones, 3 drawers in them. My husband also put plywood and 4 sturdy wheels on them, because I have a big closet door, and the closet goes all the way across my craft room. But when I want to get into the closet, I can just pull them out, get into my closet, and when I'm done, I can push them back. But I get to utilize that space with those drawers, because that's where I organize all of my things for, the major journals that I make, like garden journals, prayer journals, gratitude journals, and flip-flop journals. All the stuff for them are in each individual drawer. So if I want to work on one of them, I just go over, pull out the drawer, and everything I need to make that kind of journal is in there. So I am starting to get organized. It's great. All right, let's see. I think I have one more piece that I can use for the middle. So now look. Boom. I'm not going to waste this whole piece of paper. I'm only going to use what I need. Let's see. I hope you can see. I don't have a super bright light on tonight, but I do have an overhead light. I had a pencil in here. I don't know where my things disappear to, but... where is a pencil? I don't have a pencil, so I guess I'm just going to have to use a marker. I don't like using oh, this looks like kind of a pen. All right, I'll use that. All right, so we want it to go over about a 1/2 inch on each side. All right, and this is a straight edge, so I can use that when I cut. See, this is not a straight edge. It looks like it's already been cut. This is a straight edge, so I'll go ahead, because if you put your paper down here, there's a little lip that you put your paper against, and if it's a straight edge, you know that when you do your cut, it'll be straight. So here I am going all the way over here, because I put my mark. Where is my mark? Oh my goodness. It needs to line up there. Then I put my finger here so that I can move this cutter down. Then I drop it, and I line it up, and then I go. Sometimes if you just pull that cutter into your paper, it gets all messed up on the edges. So I try to line it up right on the edge. All right, so enough of that. Let's see. Yeah, see, look at that. Already, we've got the inside covered, and then I'm going to use those as pockets. Perfect. All right, so I'm just going to use glue. Oops. I am going through a lot of glue. I did just buy some more of these. I got 12 of them in a box. I think for like $18 or something. But they're good glue sticks. I haven't had any trouble with them at all. And like something like this, I'm not even putting art glitter glue on there because I really think it's going to hold well. So let's move it down so I can line it up. Doesn't have to be perfect, but as long as it looks nice, that's all I care about. See that? And you're not going to see it once we put the signatures in anyways, but now look at this. It looks like I have to cut a little bit on the bottom. I made it a little bit too long. Don't want to use my good scissors. I use my crappy Dollar Tree scissors to do this. I don't like getting glue all over my good paper scissors. And I do not use fabric scissors for paper. It'll ruin your... These are my fabric scissors. I don't use them for paper. So here we go. Look at the inside is already covered. And if I want to go ahead later and put some images on there, whatever, that's fine. But this is an idea journal. Most of the things are going to be in the signatures. But I can put things in these pockets that I want to work on. So I think what I'll do is I'll glue around here. I'll glue here and here, here and here. And these are going to be nice pockets. So I'm going to move this up so you can see it. So we're just going to put plenty of, oops, I went off the side. I don't want to do that because it's going to all come out. A bunch in the corner there. And then we want here, I'm just going to come down, all the way down, so it's kind of double glue. That's great. We can glue in between. We don't care about that. And then, where do we want to glue? Here. This is the edge that we want to glue. Don't go too far. I'm going too far. And then I want to do the same thing over here. Excuse me. I'll move it over. Do the same thing right here and plenty right there. Plenty here, plenty there. And that still gives me a nice pockets on each side. Oh, I'm so glad that I decided, oh, I can go up a little bit more. I'm so glad that I decided not to glue that down because now I've got these great pockets. Beautiful. Oh, I'm so happy that I did that. I'm going to have to keep that in mind now because the last one I did, I can show you. I did not, I made my own pockets, but I think underneath I probably could have folded that up and made a pocket too. But that's okay. It is what it is. You do it however you need to do it for the particular book you're working on. But these are nice. These are going to be nice and big. So I can see that there's glue coming out because I did make sure I put a lot of glue on there because we want this to last. We put glue right here in the bend, right there. I hope that's where I put the glue. Let's get a bone folder. Oh, it's right in front of me. So I'd like to make a crisp edge there. Yeah, it's a little thick right there, but that's all right. Okay, because then it will fold nicely. So I think what I need to do is put some clips because I've doubled it up. Now it looks like I've tripled it up. It's thicker and it needs a little bit of help to glue down. So I'm going to do that. We'll do 4 on each side. That should be enough. You want it right on the edge because that's where you want this to. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'll move it over a little bit for you. That should be fine. And you only need to leave it on there for a couple of minutes. So that's good. And if the glue comes out the edge, then you know you've got glue right where you want it. And then I've got a little glue popping up right there. It's fine. This is fine. I don't really think we need, yeah, see, we're going to have 2 signatures here. So this is useless to us. I'm glad I glued it down. But this is going to be a nice pocket. Let's move it down a little bit. This is sticking out a little bit. So I think what I'll do is just trim it. Oh, I just did what I said I wasn't going to do. Use my good paper scissors. Get those cheap ones out. Okay. So now we want to take the bone folder and do the same thing here. There we go. You want to get a nice crisp edge. It's a little thick, but that's all right. I don't know if I did the edges on this one. Let's go back and do that. So this is going to make a nice idea journal. This one's considered like a soft covered one, which is, I'm totally fine with that. It actually might be to my advantage because once it gets filled up, it'll be able to like round itself around all of the stuff, because if I make it too stiff, it's gonna, you know, start coming apart because there'll be so much pressure on it. I've decided, usually I put cardboard on each side, but I'm not going to do that to this one. I want this to be a soft covered book. Look at that. Okay, so now I think I can transfer these now. It's just to hold those edges until it catches, and I'll do the same here. It just gives it that little extra. Oh, see how that glue is coming out right here? That's what you want. Then you know it's coming out all the way along. That's awesome. That way you know you're going to have a nice seal there. And once our glitter glue dries, it's not coming off. All right, look at that. And look at these pockets. Oh, I'm going to put another clip just right there, because it looks like it wants to come up. And this glue dries clear, so it's fine. I wonder if I have one that, I think that should be fine. It's really the corner that I'm worrying about. So look at that. I'm going to leave that one on there. I think these on the side, I think they're fine. Look at all that glue coming out. That's perfect. That's what we want. So look what we have. We've got a nice soft covered journal cover for my idea book. And now what I want to do is put those back in the drawer, put this away. Okay, so I love this. I think what I want to do now is I am going to put together the signatures, and I don't know if I'm going to videotape me sewing them in. I probably won't, because I've showed that many times. I think what I'll do is just start working on projects. The next video will be working on projects to go in here. So what we should do now is, let's see where I put it. Let's go ahead and think about putting the cover on. I kind of feel like I want to, let me see if I round these corners. They're just a little bit too severe for me. Not sure how this kind of paper is going to cut. Oh, beautifully. And this one catches the corners right inside of it. So you just got to make sure you get it in there straight on. Look at that. That works great. I'm so excited. Not perfect. That's all right. I can always grab a pair of scissors and trim that. This doesn't have to be perfect anyways. Where are those scissors? I see the little teeny bit I want to just flip off. So I'm going to grab this vintage photo. I have to say, I'm pretty disappointed with this product. I just bought this brand new because I think I threw my other one away by mistake. And it's just not as, there's not as much ink on it as I thought it would be for a brand new thing, you know? It's a little dry when I use a dauber, but I thought I would do it this way because I really want to catch some of this. I want to catch some of these wrinkles on here, because look at how cool this paper is. This is going to be covered up, unfortunately, but I just think it's so cool. I was so happy with that paper she gave me. All right, and this, I think I will put it like that. All right. And I could, if I wanted to, take some white paint and kind of dry brush if I wanted to. But, oh, I want to do this on here, too. I've never done this before. This is new. I have never inked material before. But why not? I thought it would be kind of cool. Would pick up on the, you know, this cool design. This is not like a new lace. This is manufactured lace, so I could care less about it. I have some like really fancy laces that I love that I know are vintage, and I wouldn't do this to them. But this is just a cheap lace that I got at a thrift store. But it works. It's great. I was also thinking that maybe I should... You think I have a pin anywhere? Because you can just take a pin. It will help you to... what do you call it? Not shred it, but... get some fringe going on the side here. I mean, you can just pull it off, but it's easier if you have a little pin because it grabs the... I want to scruff it up a little bit. Yeah, see, just pull them. It's fine. It's going to happen anyways. And I'll just trim it off. Or you can not trim it. It's totally up to you what you want to do. All right, I feel like it needs a little bit more. This is too white over here. I'm getting ink all over me, but I don't care. I should have worn some gloves.